Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampingup.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining me for my Wait What? Wednesday tip video of the week. I've got a neat little technique for you that I use to create some cool backgrounds. I am going to be using embossing folders and crayons. That's right, just regular crayons. You're going to want to get a box of crayons if you don't have them that has a white one in it. We're going to do a little resist technique. I'm going to show you a couple samples here with a couple different embossing folders, and then I'll show you the cards that I made with them. I have the quilt top embossing folder here, and what you're going to want to do to recreate this technique is where you see the Stampin' Up label, you're going to use this side. So the inside that has the Stampin' Up label on the other side of it is going to be the one that's going to give you the best results. And hang on, I've got little flies flying around in here, little bugs. Oh my gosh, I must have a hole in one of my screens, so we'll have to get that fixed. I'm laying my little sample piece of Whisper White cardstock down here, and my crayon broke, as crayons will do. I'm just going to use this little piece, and I'm going to hold my paper in place firmly while I color, over the entire layer. Yeah, make sure you don't squiggle it like I just did. Scrunch your paper up. And you don't want to let it move. You're just going to color over the whole thing. This is a pretty easy little technique. And I know that you can't see anything here, but trust me, there's going to be a pattern. Now before I go any further, I'm going to try another embossing folder. This is our new Climbing Vines embossing folder. And again, I'm going to use the opposite side of where the Stampin' Up logo is. So right on the inside here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put my layer of cardstock down here, hold on to it tightly so it doesn't move, and make sure you get the entire layer colored with your white crayon. Now, what happens if you get some white crayon on your embossing folder? Don't worry about it. It won't hurt a thing. And again, I know you can't see what's going on here, but trust me, something is happening. The second part to this technique is to now bring those patterns to life. And I'm going to use an aqua painter and some ink. So the first ink I've chosen here is my Petal Pink ink. You're going to want to squeeze, this is a new ink pad, you're going to squeeze the back of it to get that Petal Pink ink into the lid. Now I'm going to drop a little bit of water in here with my aqua painter. One drop should be sufficient. There we go. Just going to wipe that off so it's not so wet. And mix it around a little bit. Let's see, which one is this? I think this is the leaf one. You can't even really see it. And now we're just going to add some color to our layer. You want to color on the same layer you put the crayon. Oh, this is the quilt top. Now this is a very, very subtle background, and as it dries, you're going to see it kind of come to life here. Again, very subtle background. Let's try the other piece with some Coastal Cabana. I've already got some in the lid here. Just again gonna squeeze one drop from my aqua painter into the lid. And this is the Climbing Vine embossing folder. And I know sometimes when you first do it, it just looks like, what is that? It just doesn't really look like much of anything. But once you get it all done, you will see the pattern come to life. And again, it's very, very subtle. We're just making backgrounds for our cards. We don't want to pull the attention away from what our main focal piece is going to be. So, let me get this closed up and I'll show you what I made with my patterned paper and my crayon resist technique. Here's the first card. Isn't this just pretty? And it's just a really nice, pretty background here. I used the stitched all around stamp set and also the stitched labels framelits. This is a fabulous set of framelits. This is where I got the image from here. And then the circle here is my Coastal Cabana layer. Then I stamped thank you on a piece of Whisper White, and I punched this out with my 1 3/8 inch scallop punch. Added that on a dimensional, and I used a classic weave ribbon to tie on here. And isn't this just very soft, very pretty? It was a really quick and easy card to put together. The second card that I made with my other background, this is the climbing vine background. Again, I used the stitched labels framelits. You can see that little circle here again. There's also a heart in here. I used the petal pink cardstock and ink on here. This layer is crumb cake. I die cut this label right here on Whisper White, and then I stamped with crumb cake. And I got this birthday wishes from Abstract Impression stamp set. Then I used the polka dot ribbon here to tie on the end. Popped this label up with a couple dimensionals and stamped on the inside, hope your day blooms with happiness, also from the Abstract Impressions. So I have two very pretty cards using the soft and subtle background technique. That's it for today, you guys. I hope you'll hop on over to my blog. You can click right up here in the top corner and you will find a link that'll get you to my blog. Every week when I post my Wednesday, wait, what? Tip video, I also have a joke on my blog, and I know a lot of my followers really enjoy the jokes that I'm sharing. If you'd like to order any of these supplies, you can also do that in the right-hand column on my blog. There's an online ordering button. Don't forget to use the host code, which is also in that column. That'll get you some special perks with me. And I want to thank you guys for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend it with me and watch my video. Have yourselves a great week. Bye-bye.